Cool. We are into game number 1 here in the Ultimate Series Solstice Round of 32. I finished casting Diamond Cycle 9, so I figured let's do these because I've noticed that some teams have participated in them and some haven't. But hey, seems like something else to cast. It's not up there. We'll do it. Nobody I think covered any part of this series, of this tournament, so it's competitive matches. Yay! And I'm interested in doing that. Woohoo. Anyway, Wheel Keeper over here on the Legion side, a team you might recognize. They went to the Han Tour Season 2 playoffs. They were also part of Diamond Cycle, or just Diamond Division for pretty much the entire season, I think. I don't know exactly how far they went back, but certainly a very good team here and one that we've covered on multiple occasions. On the Hellborn side, we have Why Die for Team, who is a team that I have never heard of. But we'll see how they do. Thinking, I don't know, they could do well. They could not do so well. Who knows? Anyway, Warbeast, Engineer, Jeremiah, and Tempest are the bans. A little interesting that Tempest gets banned out, as is Jeremiah. Fusen apparently feeling like he does not want to deal with Jeremiah. Maybe that's just a hero that Why Die for Team Hadfee over here likes to pick up. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Don't know anything about them. So, couldn't tell you. But mostly the bans making some sense. Tempest a little interesting in the first stage of bans, but a hero that we see plenty, so it's not that shocking that he'd get destroyed here. Jerry a little weirder, but whatever. This is also the Ultimate Series, so it's just not Han Tour. It's not like a big, huge match. And you can kind of understand why teams might be going for a little more experimental strats. So we'll see if that actually is the case, or if they just choose to go with more traditional stuff. Pesty Bubbles so far here for Willowkeeper, and that's certainly a very traditional lineup. So is the first pick, Wretched Hag, over there by the Hellborn. Obviously very versatile hero, can put him anywhere. Similar to Bubbles, and we'll see what he chooses to do, but I'm suspecting we're going to see a Suicide Bubbles here. I believe Tree has run the short lane Bubbles on multiple occasions. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's possible that will be the case. Pesty almost certainly going to be middle, although once again we have seen him in the short lane more carry role. I don't like that much either. I think he works much better as a mid-initiator type and doesn't carry hard enough to be able to take him to late game. Regardless, options here for Legion, and that's usually what you want to do with your first couple of picks. Like, get strong heroes and get heroes that the other team can't be like, oh, we know what you're going to do. Now, for some situations, like with Ophelia very often, okay, that's always a jungle hero, but the hero's strong enough to justify that. It's like, okay, we know we're going to run her in the jungle, but that's only giving away that we're running a jungler. And that's not really giving away too much about the lanes, too much about the team composition, what their plan is. So, A, it's a fine early pick, and B, it's just a strong hero. So, picking her up early I don't think is an issue. Hellborn going to finish off with Aluna and Witchslayer, so probably finishing off their support options here, as it doesn't look like either side will be running junglers. Ophelia the first ban here in the second banning stage, and Tempest already taken out. There goes Parasite, so no junglers going to show up here, I don't think. And it should be Wretched Hag, really in any of these lanes as possible. Obviously very versatile hero, can be run as a Suicide, Initiator, mid player, or a carry. I hope we see her in the carry role. I do think that that's where she fits best. With the Aluna and Witchslayer, though, obviously she doesn't want a babysitter. She likes to have levels. She doesn't need somebody in that top lane with her, so we'll see if it actually is. I suspect with these two picks here it's not going to be a short lane Hag, just because that would sort of force either a aggressive dual lane or an aggressive tri-lane, which is also very possible, but I sort of think it's not going to happen for some reason. But regardless, Pyromancer is picked up by Willowkeeper with the last pick, and then Glacius, so they're definitely going for the dual support strat here with Pyro Glacius, the traditional combo. The sisters in Dota, I guess they're brothers or something here in Han, Pyromancer, Glacius, the Fire and Ice. Those are two supports really that they do work very well together. You know, they've got, between the two of them, they've got a couple of nukes, a slow, a stun, and an immobilize, and plus an AoE ult from Glacius, a single target ultimate from a Pyromancer. So, you know, a lot of synergy between those two heroes, definitely. Bans here are Ophelia, Parasite, and Kraken from Fusen. So obviously taking out the rest of the junglers, making sure that both hero or teams will be running a dual support strat. And I think that they were both figuring that was going to be the case pretty much anyway. Kraken also making a lot of sense because he's like Hag in that he can be very versatile. So Hellborn could have picked him up, put him with Hag or with a Lunar Witch Slayer, really in the laning phase, but in general in terms of damage to put him with Hag instead. These are two heroes that are good at team fights. They're pretty solid at ganking as well. There's some strong initiation there. There's some pretty good burst. Kraken provides a lockdown stun on top of the Luna and Witch Slayer, so that I think Kraken made a strong addition to the Hellborn team, and it obviously would have obfuscated their lanes a little bit, make it harder for the Legion side to figure out how they're going to lane things, and obviously that's a big positive if you can throw that in there. Instead, it is going to be a Tundra pick on their fourth one, but Hadfi's bands over there are Moon Queen, Keeper of the Forest, and Grinnik, so 2 suicides. Interesting because they already have bubbles, so we'll see if that actually is a bubble suicide now. It's leaning in that direction, I think. But nothing set in stone. Certainly could definitely run an aggressive tri-lane, or they could pick another suicide here and run that in a suicide lane. They have their options open. Bubbles obviously versatile enough, and it is going to be a Gunblade, so I assume that's going to be a short lane Gunblade here at the suicide bubbles. Honestly, I think Gunblade likes levels enough that I wouldn't mind, and he's defensive enough. I would like to see a mid Pesty and a mid Bubbles, a solo short Gunblade, and an aggressive tri-lane here with Pestilence, Glacios, and Pyromancer. There's a lot of stun and lockdown there between those 3 heroes, and you could basically destroy whoever's in the short lane, which just looks like it's going to be Malakin. So we almost never see Malakin, but he will be the last pick here for Hellborn, so presumably going to see a Suicide Hag here. We've seen Suicide Tundra before, but I sort of doubt that's going to be the situation. I'm guessing it's going to be dual lanes instead. Tundra middle. Oh, it could actually be a tri-lane. Tundra isn't that often dual lane. He's typically a solo laner, so I do suspect this is in fact going to be a... Oh, some things are going slow for some reason. This stupid thing just keeps doing this. Decides all of a sudden it wants to run real slow, but regardless. Hag and Tundra both kind of lend themselves to solo lane, so I'm sort of feeling the tri-lane here. And I'm sort of feeling the defensive tri-lane for some reason. Mali and Aluna and Witch Slayer, that's definitely a lot of lockdown as well, so we'll see what happens here. I'm thinking I really like the defensive tri-lane here from Legion. I think with the very, very strong possibility that Legion run their own aggressive tri-lane, that would work out pretty well. There is one fewer stun really on Legion on Hellborn considering Malakin doesn't have one, but with the ability to get in and out of combat plus a pretty strong slow and a sword throw, that really wouldn't be that big a deal. Plus there's a Hex and stun from Witch Slayer, so the burst damage is there, the lockdown is there, and the damage is there, so... And of course the value of putting Malakin in a tri-lane is, he doesn't need the levels that badly, but he does want farm. Pyro Suicide Galactic mid Pesty jungle. Yeah. Makes sense. No on Kongor? Nah. Up here, Witch Slayer and Mali gets spotted out here, and now Witch Slayer's in some trouble. Will take a stun there, and yeah, Witch Slayer's going to die. There's imprisonment there, and that's an easy kill. So Legion side going to be able to easily grab a Bloodlust. All 5 of them up here in the Hellborn jungle deciding to run the gank train, and it is successful. And now we're going to see the lanes develop. It does look like we're sending Pesty mid. Nope. Are we running the aggressive tri-lane? Did I call this? Am I just a genius? Glacius Pyro are coming up top. And Pesty's heading top as well, so I'm a genius. I called this aggressive tri-lane. Bottom is going to be a Suicide Hag and dual mid. So, I'm not a huge fan of this. It doesn't feel to me like Tundra needs a lane partner, and I think we're going to see with Malakin and Witch Slayer, we're going to see rotation for Luna. Just because they're going to realize, okay, Tundra does not need to be babysat here. He'll be fine. And up top, Malakin's not going to get nearly enough coming up against its tri-lane. Witch Slayer will not be able to protect him to the degree that is necessary off to the side. Once again, Witch Slayer taking the Ice Imprisonment onto the stun, and he's going to take a lot of damage here. We'll put the stun out onto Pyro, but might still fall here once again. Glacius just needs one more auto attack. Eats a tree. Nice stun. Obviously figuring he must have gone to the trees there, so Pyromancer figuring out, hey, I don't see you, but I know where you're at. And it looks to me like, yeah, we're going to see a rotation from Luna now. So, not a big surprise there as she figures, okay, I need to be here. I can't just let this keep happening. Otherwise, this Witch Slayer is going to get destroyed. So in the meantime, we're having Pesty having some solid farm up here. Boxel is doing pretty well, but more importantly, his supports are just destroying this. 450 gold per minute on Glacius. That Bloodlust is very helpful, obviously, but also an assist. And so we are going to see the tri-lane versus tri-lane action. That's not that surprising. As now they're looking for a jump here. Witch Slayer, you're caught out a little bit, buddy. Ice Imprisonment actually on into a Luna, plus the stun. Sword Throw going to not do tuna. Impel Stun not there, but a couple more auto attacks. Yeah, there it is. So this tri-lane going very well for Legion now. We're under 2 minutes still. We've already got 3 kills in favor of them. And that wasn't even, like, I'm not sure if Pesty even got an assist on that. Nope, he never even got a stun off. At least it didn't hit. He is missing mana, so I assume he did get a stun off at some point. Both Legion heroes sitting off to the side. Mally, you're in a little trouble. Stun gets thrown, that will hit both of them. And Ice Imprisonment is there, but it's not going to be followed up because of the nice stun from Witch Slayer. So Aluna having to walk all the way back. Bit unfortunate for her. But so far we are seeing a pretty massive resource lead in favor of Legion side, and certainly not to say that Hellborn can't do anything about this, but we do know a little more about Willowkeeper. We've seen them more consistently, and they've done pretty well in Hontor, so I think no question that they're the favored team, or at least the better known team coming into this, so not a surprise to see them do well early on here. We'll see if they can actually carry that late, because they're going to sort of have to. Both Malakin and Wretched Hag are strong late game carries, so this laning phase advantage is really nice, but they're going to have to keep it up, and they're going to have to turn into a very strong mid game, because Gunblade's going to provide some late game, so will Pesty. I'm not sure if I'd call either of them a really hard carry, especially in the way that Hag or Malakin can be. But you know, they're off to a good start, and they're just going to have to keep this up. Thunderblast on 3 now, stun gun from Witch Slayer, but now she's going to take the Ice Imprisonment as well, and the stun. That's just going to be too much lockdown. So a 4th kill up here in favor of Legion, and with that death on Slayer, hopefully they'll not go on anybody, so we can take a look at these other lanes. In middle, Bubbles has a regen active. He's level 5 compared to level 4 on Tundra, and now Tundra is possibly in some trouble. 4-minute rune will spawn. Bubbles already has used his Shell Surf, but it's going to be back up in 5 seconds. It's going to be the invis here. And Tundra's going to need to take that and bottle it, because now he's going to die if he's not careful. Oh god, one more auto attack. So Bubbles nearly having it, but Invis Tundra here will survive, just barely. Bubbles doing quite well in mid as actually bottom. Hey, look at that. Hag dies. Jumps off to the side, and oh, oops. Wrong direction to blink there. Gunblade's still going to find you. Puts the Thunder Scream, not enough. So he will get the kill there and live. Marcus Boy down here at 22 and 8 compared to Hag at 9 and 0. So no surprise winning this lane. 350 GPM now to 135 on Hag. Up in mid, we've got Bubbles at 18 and 5 compared to Tundra at 14 and 1. So much more even, but Bubbles still winning his lane. And as a result, Legion are just doing so much better. Everybody on Legion outperforming everybody on Hellborn, and man, Aluna, you're in a lot of trouble. Ice Imprisonment onto Slayer. They sort of really haven't really picked a target. Aluna will drop. Hag coming in here for some backup, but you know, no sword throw available on Malakin, and they're not going to be able to follow us up now. Pesty's looking for something on Slayer. Will put the stun down, and the Dragonfire plus the Phoenix Wave kills him so easily. So things ain't going so well here for the Hellborn side. 7-0 already. The rotation from Hag, and now what's she going to do? Her port's on cooldown. We're going to have a quad lane up top, and I'm not even sure they're going to be able to do much here. Legion are pretty out of mana. Pyromancer's got some, but both Glacius and Pesty are like, eh. And speaking of Glacius off to the side, you're going to have to run away because he's getting boxed out a little bit here, so ceding the bottom lane to Gunblade, apparently. And Witch Slayer's I'm going to miss. That's probably not going to end too well, obviously, with Gunblade at 390 gold per minute. And now a completely uncontested lane should be able to take this tower relatively easily. Up top. Pesty going to get jumped on. 2 stuns going out, plus X, but a 3-man Dragonfire. Tundra's here as well, and Pesty's still alive. We'll get the turn-on kill on the Hag. Still going to get away thanks to the Flight. Ice Imprisonment on Tundra. And here comes Gunblade now. Going to get a kill onto Aluna, so there's 2 for 2 dead. Malakin now taking a bunch of damage. We'll take the Phoenix Wave and a couple of auto attacks. He'll die. Tundra getting chased down here, and man, Slayer gets picked off. Now Tundra's also going to fall. Wow. So that's a genocide. Bubbles wasn't even there. That was a 4-on-5, and Legion side genocided their opponents and lost nothing. So this game's over. And now we're just going to wait another 10 minutes until Hellborn can concede, because they're down by 8.5k gold and 6.5k experience. And I just, like, I don't know what to do here. 3 heroes grouped up here in the middle, perhaps going to try to kill on Bubbles, but he's level 7. They're level 5 on Hag at the most. Power Throw not even going to hit. Now we've got all 5. Here's the train. Nobody has an ultimate. Witch Slayer's level 2. I mean, he's got 511 health. Bubbles can kill him. I strongly suspect that a Shell Surf, Song of the Sea combo onto Witch Slayer and Malakin right here would kill both of them. Pyro off to the side, gonna get spotted by the Piercing Shards here, looking for a stun. Will not land it as he gets stunned up by Slayer, but now Tundra's in a lot of trouble. Shell Surf actually gonna miss. Kelpfield is obviously available. Pyro getting slowed down a little bit here. Glacius also present. Get a Tundra Blast onto 2. Now be careful here, guys. Where's the Kelpfield? There's nice imprisonment on the Hag. Stun as actually Pyro dies there. Hag dies to neutrals, amazingly enough. Hex on the side meanwhile, and Bubbles trying to get a kill here. He will get Hadfi off to the side. Hag will, Malakin will also fall. And now Tundra getting chased down, gets a Gore proc. Over here, Ice, Thunder Blast going off, and the Luna's totally screwed. Emerald Lightning will be able to lock down, live for a bit. Meanwhile, over here, it's just, everything's going on at once. I'm going to back up a little bit, and for some reason this is still not running all that well. So let's see, Tundra's going to die. Piercing Shards going out, trying to do something to Bubbles, but it's just not going to happen. I'm Pill Stun there, and that's going to be enough. Over here, Aluna's still in some trouble, and she'll get picked off as well. So there goes Marcus Moy, and it's 16-1. So, yeah. No. That Bloodlust, I think, set the tone for this game. Because it gave Glacier such a boost, and they got a bunch of levels off of it, and the fact that Hellborn went to go with dual lanes instead of the defensive tri-lane really hurt them as well, because Luna needed to rotate, and in that time they got another pick onto Witch Slayer, and he's just been a non-factor. He's level 3. Everybody on Legion's at least level 5. Pyro's going to hit 6 and a couple of CS, I think. There it is. So all ultimates available for Legion, none available for Hellborn. And that's the GPM charts right now. Nobody over 200. 4 heroes under 100 gold per minute. I think that's the most lopsided I've ever seen. Gunblade gonna ult in here onto this Tundra, and he's just gonna die. Puts the defensive shield up, and now we'll okay, I have an Energizer. I'm just gonna try to kill all of you. Massacre. And maybe that's not the best idea, so I will just run away here a little bit, but I'm not gonna die. Off to the side, Glacius and Pesty coming in, and boy, you guys are in some trouble. Trying to get a kill on Gunblade here. There's a nice ult, and yeah, okay, you're dead. Kelpfield, not necessary. Crippling Slugs, excuse me, that's what I was looking for. That was very good there, cleaning up that Hag. Now Bubbles is like, I'm gonna catch you, supports. No Kelpfield obviously available, as he sort of wasted it earlier, but he could probably kill them with just Shell Surf, Song of the Sea at this point. Slayer with 550 health, Aluna with 570. And now there's the stun and the power throw, so those are both down. They're just trying to farm neutrals here. Pyro's in middle, be like, let me kill this tower, I guess.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So there's a tower dead. And 10 minutes in the game, the entire graph up here is green. Off to the side, Bubble's going to find Aluna, and we'll be able to kill her with a couple more auto attacks. Pyro going to be off to the side. Phoenix Wave not going to be enough as she activates the running ability. Deja vu, is that what it's called? Got it. Bot, meanwhile, we got Pesty and Gunblade over here looking for a pick onto Tundra. Will find it. He cold shoulders back to the creep, so he's being a little annoying here, but the bugs are still on him, so it's not like he's going to get away from this. Energizer popped, and that's an easy kill. And he's a sad panda. Illusion Ring can be picked up here by Bubbles. Both Hag and Malikan looking for something. Hag will blink up to the Ancients and be alright. Illusion Bubble's going to be down here and joined by the rest of his team as everybody but Pyro is heading over. Illusion Bubble's just diving towers, seeing if there's any kill opportunities there as the kelp build back, as all of the ultimates on Legion are up. Hag has an ult. That's nice. Gunblade gonna pour it out to mid, I guess. Yeah, mid secondary tower. So bot tower falls now in favor of Legion once again. Hellborn are pushing mid up. Bat Blast on the creep wave, so that's good. Gunblade now gonna pop the Energizer. Will be able to kill. Oh god, Slayer. And there goes Aluna as well. Hag gonna drop to the Pyro ultimate. Glacius dropping the ultimate onto Malikan there, and he's dead too, so it's a 4-0. They don't get the mid tower either. They get a fair bit of damage on it. Actually, they might deny it, so they're going to technically get a tower kill here. Tundra off to the side is just running through his opponent's jungle. He's going on an adventure. They did it. And oh my god, they're going to find him. Oh, that's painful. Wow. How'd they know he was in there? So that's a genocide-ish, and Tundra's now sad. He's a sad little man. Gunblade's level 12. That's funny. He has 550 gold per minute. And think of your actions. Yeah, why die for team? Yes. It's true. They've all died. Just themselves. I'm not sure they've been dying for their team. I think they've just been dying. So we'll see how long this goes here, but I suspect it's not going to be for very long. Coming up on 13 minutes, of course, they can CC in 2. And they're once again grouped up top, except for Tundra. So this is a 4-person's people here, but they have 3 here from the Legion team and a port coming in. Stun out from Bubbles doing a lot, but man, immediately Witchslayer drops in the meantime. Malikan getting jumped as well. Gunblade on to Illumina, and boy. Hag blinks away into the observatory. She has Striders, which is pretty funny. She can get spotted here. Pyro's there. Oh, they're looking for her. Puts a ward down. Gunblade's gonna see her. Hello. Blink is obviously available. She's on this. Oh, there. Now she's dead. Kelpfield. Hello. Cripple sucks completely missed, but that doesn't matter. Tried, didn't have a Bat Blast, so she looked like she had an animation for Haunt, I guess. Over here, Tundra in the Legion Woods for some reason. Courier flying along, and he's in some trouble. Wow, he did not get spotted. Pesty does not have a portal key with the Insanitarius build. Typical. Common. And they did leave him alone. Upside, sorry, Aluna dying. Again. 8 deaths, 5 deaths, 6 deaths, 5 deaths, 7 deaths. That Tundra does have a kill. So, little victories. It's 30-1. Thunderclaw on Gunblade. That's an item we see a lot. And here's the thing. We should. That's a good item. It really is. We don't see it enough, I think. Like, it provides a lot of damage. Gunblade off the side. Boy, are you in trouble there, Slayer. Nope, instead gonna go for Hag. Looking for all sorts of movement speed advantages, but Hag with the jukes, man. Malikan's here as well. Has level 6, so he can pop the ultimate. And Gunblade's, like, getting at nothing. Surprising. Aluna off to the side, getting chased down by Pyromancer. Tundra is here as well. Gonna put the ultimate? Yep. But Pyro's like, I don't care. My friend's here, and you're gonna die now. And in fact, I'm going to get the last hit because I don't care, and I'm just going to use the Phoenix Wave to kill steal. Hellborn really want to push this top tower, man. Bat Blast on the creep wave. Again, Hag now has no mana. Invis Gunblade, and boy, you're in some trouble, Hag. There it is. Using the ultimate really unnecessarily, but now Malikan's in a lot of danger. Phoenix Wave will finish him off. There's a CC vote. So I think that might pass. It's 33-1. We can't even see the experience measure anymore. We can still see the gold one, but the experience one has actually left the building. Nice imprisonment and an ultimate there, so there goes the CC though. It'll happen before Tundra dies, and that's going to be game. Just nothing to say there, just absolutely stomped. So
Legendary.
hopefully game 2 will be a little more interesting. We'll see. But that is going to wrap it up for game 1 as we'll keep her